Hi everyone, today we're going to be discussing the card game Uno, which is a fun family game that can be played for most ages, anywhere from 3, 4, 5 and up, as long as they know their numbers and colors. The object of the game is to discard all 7 cards that you receive. To start, there's going to be a card that's on the discard pile. Right now it's a yellow 5. So in order to play a card, you either need to have the same color that's already been played, which would be yellow, or the same number, which would be 5. If you do not have either that number or color, you might have one of these cards, which are considered wild cards, which will account for any color. So I could lay a wild card down and say this is a green card. And then from then on it would change to green. The next person would have to play a green. Along with the wild card, there's another one that's called wild card draw 4. So I can change the color and the person that follows me has to draw 4 cards. And there's a new card in the new Uno game here that's called a swap hands wild card. With that card, you can decide if you want to swap hands with somebody. So if I have, let's say, 7 cards still in my hand and somebody's down to 2, I can swap hands and I'd be down to 2 cards already. There's a few other specialty cards in Uno, and then there's also a color draw 2 card, so the person that follows you would have to draw 2. If you don't have the color, the number, or a wild card in your hand, then you would have to draw from the pile. The nice thing about this Uno card game as well is that all these cards are brailled. The colors should be bold enough if you do still have color vision to see it, and the numbers are in large print. My cards I have placed here in one of the card holders that we have, which is nice, so that you don't have to hold all those cards in your hand while you're trying to see them or read the braille. I'm also using one of our handy bright lights that's portable. This particular light runs on a rechargeable battery so that you can take it with you if you're going to somewhere else to play the card game. And with this light you can kind of get it right down on your cards to help see them. So we're going to get started with our game here. Judith, if you'd like to kick us off, go ahead.
Okay. And so we have a 5 yellow, and I'm going to put down a draw 2 yellow for it.
Oh boy, so Judith isn't being nice here. So I have to draw 2. That was the card she laid. And the other thing that I forgot to mention, when you're playing cards as a common courtesy for people that have vision loss, is to say out loud whatever card you're laying down so everybody knows.
5 yellow.
So I'm putting down an 8 yellow.
8 yellow. Okay. So I have a yellow skip that I'm going to play to skip Kathleen.
I don't have another yellow, so I have to draw one.
Yep. So Judith doesn't have a yellow or a skip or a wild, so she has to draw 1 card.
Okay. So nothing matches that.
Okay. And I don't have a yellow or a skip either, but what I do have is a wild card. I'm going to lay that down and I'm going to make the color blue.
All right, so I will play blue 4.
Okay. And I am going to play a blue 1.
Okay. And I'm going to play a blue 2.
Blue 3.
And blue 5.
And a blue 8.
Draw. All right, Judith, I drew, so your turn.
I'm doing a blue 1.
Okay. And I have a blue 2.
Put down a green 2.
Okay, I'm going to put down a 9 green.
And I'm going to put down a green draw 2.
I'll take 2.
So it's a green draw 2 to you, Judith.
Okay, I'm doing green 2.
And one of the more important rules that I forgot to disclose is that when you get down to one card, you have to yell out Uno.
Uno!
Oh, there we go. And if you fail to do so and somebody catches you and says Uno first, you have to draw 2 cards. So Judith got it in time there. So we have a green 2 out there. And I don't have a green or a 2, so I'm going to play my specialty swap hands card. And I'm going to trade with Judith since she only has 1 card.
You can choose the person?
Yeah, and I only have 2 cards. Now I'll say Uno, just in case. So now it's Kathleen's turn, and I'm going to make it red.
Make it red. All right, well, play a red 0.
Uno!
Uno.
Oh, all right. We'll give it a tie to you.
All right, well, and I don't have a red or a reverse, so I'm going to have to draw.
All right, and I'll discard my red, and I'm out.
There you go.
Game
Game's over.